Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Tuesday Tea with Cinnamon. I'm drinking coffee today. Drinking coffee, I ain't even playing around. It's iced coffee. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of Happy Mail. We're going to talk about life stuff, because life be lifing. Totally burnt my face today, so if I'm extra shiny here, it's because I have aloe. I burned myself real good today. Cooking breakfast. Well, Mr. Cinnamon made bacon. And I threw a slice of ham, like a ham steak, in the pan with the bacon grease, which was a huge mistake. And it sprayed me in my face. Sprayed me across my arm. Luckily, I had some aloe with lidocaine in the refrigerator, because that's where I keep it, because it feels better when you put something cold on something that's burnt. So that's how my morning has gone. So I made myself an iced cappuccino. It's half instant coffee and half zero sugar cream. That's all. Nothing exciting. It's giving me a bad case of coffee breath. But today that's the kind of day we're having, okay? Now, I don't predict the day getting much better. However, I got a reward at Bath and Body Works, so I got a free product. So I told Juju, well, while you're in the mall, can you grab my order? So she will be, my face feels sticky. She will be grabbing that for me later. She should be getting ready to leave for work soon. And what's funny is I used the reward to buy her something, because she's been doing so much for me lately. Just bringing me stuff home from work, picking me up stuff while she's out. She's been really, really kind to her mama. Got a little bit of Happy Mail here. There's a box that came for Little Man. Let me make sure I have the name right, because my brain is arguing over two different names. Sandy. I don't know why I couldn't remember Sandy. My brain was like, is it Sandy or Tracy? Sandy. It's Sandy. But I was second guessing myself. So Sandy emailed me a couple weeks ago, and she's like, I have some old phones and stuff. Do you think Lucas would like them? Lucas is my almost 11-year-old. He'll be 11 next month. His birthday is August 8th. Mine's August 9th. He's going to be 11. He's going to be 11. And he is full of all of the things that little boys go through when they turn into men. He's getting a beard. Like, I was washing his face for him the other day because he's breaking out really bad across his nose. He's getting really bad pimples. And so I wasn't washing his face for him. I was helping him, showing him where to put the soap. And I was telling him, okay, you got a little bit of soap here. And when I rubbed his face right here, I was like, why is your face so rough? And I turned, and he's got full-on sideburns growing. Now, his dad had a full beard at 12 years old. Like a full beard. So Mr. Cinnamon is a hairy dude, okay? It doesn't surprise me that he is growing his beard already. But like, oh my God, stop growing so fast. He's taller than my 21-year-old niece. He's like 5'4" now, or 5'3", which means he's to here on me. It's like, it's just, the days are long. The years are short. I'm telling you, don't blink and they're gone. They're grown up, they're adults. Well, anyway, she asked me, because if you don't know, if you're new here, my son is severe ADHD. He is borderline autistic, but not, when I say borderline autistic, he has autistic traits, but he has not been diagnosed as autism, but he's right on the border of what they would consider to be autistic, which means he's high functioning. He's very high functioning. His IQ is just at the border of genius. He is incredibly obsessed with, hyperfixates on technology stuff, specifically vintage. He likes vintage, like vintage video games, vintage, and by vintage, anything that was before he was born, okay? So, to me, I don't consider it vintage. Like, if it's a 5-year-old phone, it's vintage, okay? And he has a couple of times received these type of gifts in the Happy Mail, and so he opened the box from Sandy, and there were some old phones and a Wacom pen, which is like a pen you use on technology, which it works on his tablet, and he's so excited. Like, he instantly got it to work. He reprogrammed all the phones so there was no information on it, took out the necessary information that was in there that was on there still. He was so in his glory. There's a big giant Pez dispenser in there that's a dog, and Sandy said it was for dog treats, but she figured he immediately put candy in it. She also put a pack of American Smarties in there, which are like flat compressed sugar discs. So he opened, and there was a box of software or something in there. They know what it is. I say it's above my pay grade, because if he knows what it is, he knows what to do with it, and he's happy, like, cool, go do your thing, because he speaks above my pay grade. He is far more intelligent than me in computer and technology stuff, because he actually has a podcast that I don't really advertise, but he has a podcast, and he gets views from around the world, where he goes on with his little 10-year-old voice, and he speaks very eloquently, and he has AI help him write a script, and he talks in depth and detail about vintage technology, and it's kind of cool. He does it kind of anonymously, so that, and I don't advertise for it, because I don't want creep balls going and trying to, get to my son, because there's creep balls, let's face it. There's a lot of creep balls in the world, okay? So when he opened the box, I didn't tell him it was coming. I never do. He always likes to come into the post office with me and help me go on a scavenger hunt. So my mailbox is this big. It's tiny. A lot of cards don't even fit in there without them having to be bent out of shape. It's really small, and they have bigger lockers, and so they'll take the key to the bigger lockers and put it in my mailbox, and then we take the keys and we go hunt and find the correct locker, the bigger locker for the packages. And he likes to help me. Well, there were 2 keys in there, and then there was a small package in my actual mailbox. And so I had the 2 keys here, and he went to go snatch them. I said, no, you only get one. I want the other one. So he grabbed the key and went to the locker, and it just happened to be the one that had his name on it, the package. And I was like, well, you grabbed the right key, which made us both happy, because I was kind of hoping that would happen, but I don't know what package is in what locker, So he's all, oh, it's for me. I was like, yeah. So we go back to the truck. He hops in the back seat. He starts opening his package right away. And I snapped a couple pictures for Sandy, because I wanted her to see just how excited he was with the package. Now, your average kid is going to be like, oh, this phone's from 5 years ago. And I don't know that that's a fact at all. Like, I don't know how old the phones are. He does. He knows exactly what year they were manufactured and everything, because he likes doing that, okay? And so he's all, I got a new phone. There's 2 phones in here, okay? They're old phones that are not connected to a network. He can connect to Wi-Fi, but that's all there is. There's already been parental controls installed on these phones, so he's limited. But he likes reprogramming. He likes installing stuff. He likes reformatting hard drives. He likes doing all that stuff. That's like his jam. Like, he loves doing it. He likes getting technology, and we actually bought him, I think it was a DVD player or something from the Goodwill. Or no, it was a VHS player. from the Goodwill a couple weeks ago so that he could take it apart and look at what all the components look like and then put it back together again. Does it work? No. He loved seeing what was inside the box. So we caught him taking apart the other day. He took apart a video game console and he couldn't put it back together again. And we're like, well, that's what happens. Like, that's a lesson. We don't take apart, and it was an old vintage one. But he was still kind of bummed that he broke it. My godfather used to do the same thing. He would find stuff from dumpsters and he would take them apart to see if he could fix them, and if not, he would retrash them. But that's how you learn. That's how you learn. It's how Mr. Cinnamon learned a lot of his stuff with computers, because back when he was learning, computers were not everywhere. But my husband has several college degrees, bachelor's, master's, all that stuff in regards to information technology, computer stuff, cybersecurity, like all of that crap. So if that's going to be my son's path in life, I'm going to support that learning aspect as much as possible. Anyway, when he was opening the package from Sandy, and he's like, oh, like everything was so exciting to him. He goes, this is the best package I've ever received. So, thank you, Sandy, because not only did you make him super, super happy, you gave me a couple hours of just peace and quiet. I'm gonna be real honest, because it was the best couple hours of his life. And even today, he's carrying around his cell phones, and it's not the only two he has. He has several, okay? Because if we find one at a thrift store, like he has a couple flip phones from the 80s. He just likes that kind of stuff. And I can't blame him, because I have about 75. I have about 75 vintage cameras. Same reason. I love vintage, and some of my cameras are from the 20s. They're old box cameras that don't really do anything, but the shutter opens just enough to let the light in. I love that kind of stuff, so I fully understand why he likes cell phones, because I like cameras for the same reason. So thank you for that. Now, the next package I got this cute little pink package, and it says, "You're awesome, special delivery." This is from, hang on, because it's from a maker on Etsy, but it was sent to me as a gift from someone else. So let me get everything out of the package. Alright, so there's a note in here that says, "These were a amigurumi game changer for me. Hope they are helpful, from Melissa R." And it does say Melissa's last name, but I don't. And these were purchased from What's Up Cupcake on Etsy. Says, "I hope you love your purchase," and scratched off and says, "Gift, Christine." So Christine is the owner, right? And Melissa is the one who sent it to me. So thank you, both of you. Here's how to find them on social media. What's Up Cupcake. There's a little bag of goodies in here. What's Up Cupcake. Whimsical Crafts. Yeah, made by Christine Newton in Raleigh, North Carolina. And then there's a candy in here, which says, oh, it's a Milky candy. I don't know if Milkies have gluten in them, so I'm going to probably give that to little man, because I'm not chancing it. There's two little, looks like 3D printed hearts. Somebody sent me a picture of their Tatas. I'm assuming she made the boob pillow. Alright, so what is in here are regular amigurumi sticks. Used for holding your project in place during assembly. Caution sharp ends. Keep out of reach of children. These are not a toy. So they're Lilo and Stitch, which is my favorite of all things. Oh, that little bead even has Stitch on it. So what these do when you're, let's pretend these are body parts. When you have amigurumi, okay, and you're getting ready to sew them on, like when we did the dragon. So you have to sew the arms and the legs onto the dragon. So what you use these sticks for is you put the arm in place, okay, and then you use the sticks to hold it in place so you can sew it on. That's what these sticks are for. I have seen people use chopsticks. I have seen people use knitting needles, all of which I have, but these are super, super cute. And I've never used anything to hold it on. I just use my hands. I tried using knitting needles the other day and it didn't end well. It kept shifting anyway, so I'm gonna have to like play with these and practice so I can figure out how to use them the correct way, because the knitting needles was not working for me. But these seem to hold better because they're not, my knitting needles are real slick and these are not real shiny slick like my knitting needles are. So maybe these will work better. These are so stinking cute. Thank you so much for sending these to me, Melissa. So we're not even gonna put them back in the packaging. Those are gonna go straight in my drawer. And then the last thing that I got in Happy Mail before we get into Life Update is kind of for me, but it's more for Mr. Cinnamon. Now, if you know, Mr. Cinnamon's person died last year. It was his grandma. We have since... We have dealt with a lot of grieving in this house because Grandma was, he was my husband's person, okay, like, but aside from that, she was really the only grandparent. Like Grandma and Grandpa were the only grandparents I've ever really had. My dad favored my nieces way over my kids. My mom died when Juju was 5, so Grandma and Grandpa were my kids' grandparents, and they even fully accepted my nieces as my kids because they knew the situation. So I have mentioned recently a lot that Mr. Cinnamon has it's been a really rough year for him, and he's still struggling. And so these books I think are going to be more for him than anybody. So it says, this is a gift for all of you, but especially for you and Mr. Cinnamon. I give this to my patients and they love them. Grief is very individualized. Thinking of you guys with love, from Carolyn. Carolyn B. So she sent these books. These are grief books. It's 4 books. It's A Time to Grieve, Experiencing Grief, Finding Hope and Healing, and Rebuilding and Remembering. So definitely gonna put those to good use. So thank you so much for that. Because while I'm not going into great detail about what is going on, I have mentioned that it has been a struggle recently. And, yeah. Grief can destroy people. It can destroy families. It can destroy just people. Like, it's really hard if you can't get a grasp on it, if you can't heal and move forward from grief. Like, it will absolutely take you out, and yeah, appreciate that more than I can express. All right, now, I'm going to stop talking about that before I get too emotional. Aside from me burning myself this morning, which some of the redness looks like it's starting to go down, and my face, I just have like 2 blotches on there, which it seems like my camera is trying to like wash away because it puts the beauty filter on, even though I keep turning it off. Today's going to be a busy day for me. I'm recording this Monday. Mr. Cinnamon is home because his truck is in the shop. And my van failed inspection this weekend, so we are down 2 vehicles. His truck needed there was a recall on his truck that kept making some of the lights turn on for the danger lights. And something was wrong that the powertrain warranty covered. I don't know car stuff, and it's his truck. I don't really care what's going on. Like, if he can pay for it, cool. But there's also, like, it was not cheap to fix what's going on in his truck. And then on the same day, so I think it was Saturday morning, bright and early, I follow him up to one dealer to drop his truck off, and then he takes my van to another dealer to get an inspection done, because apparently my safety inspection was over a year expired. You have to have safety inspections here in Virginia, and they just make sure that the vehicle is safe to be on the road. And if, like, the tires are bald, or the brakes are bad, or the safety belts don't work properly, or the seat isn't connected correctly, like, there's hundreds of things that they check, and if you don't pass them all, you fail inspection. They put a big white X, like a circle with a cross on it, on your windshield, which gets you pulled over, because it's a big glaring thing for the police, like, hey, she's not safe to be on the road, pull her over and give her a ticket. So, cannot drive with that on your windshield, and it's illegal to take the sticker off. So my van is sitting in the driveway with the big old safety sticker on it, saying it failed inspection, because on top of all the crap that has to be paid for with Mr. Simmons' truck now, I need new rotors and brakes, which is the only reason it failed inspection. Because the rotors have a little bit of rust on them. The brakes work just fine. There's not an issue, like, I haven't had any issues. It's just so frustrating, and it's so expensive to, like, when both your cars go down at the same time like that. So, luckily, Juju still has her car, which is in fine working condition, but my niece is still trying to get back and forth to work. And there's, like, now we got to worry about my car getting fixed, his car's still in the shop because they couldn't finish it on Saturday. Hopefully that's done today, because he has to get to work. And if not, that means we got to rent a car today, so he can go to work tomorrow, because he can't just miss work like that. He has a job where he is an important person in his job, so, like, when he's not there, things don't go right. On top of that, my niece is trying to... this is such a pain in the butt. She's going back to graduate school to get a different degree, because now she decided, after she got her teaching degree, she doesn't actually want to be a teacher. She wants to be something with the behavioral something or another, I don't know. So she wants to go back and get her graduate degree in behavioral something or another, okay? She didn't get approved for student housing, but she's freaking out. She has nowhere to live. Now she's got to find an apartment. She's freaking out because she might need a cosigner. I was like, I will cosign for you, but I'm not paying your bills. You're responsible for your own bills. Like that, you're an adult. You're 21 years old. Me and Mr. Simmons were on our own when we were 20 years old. Like, all the way 100%. We've been on our own since we were both... Actually, he might have been 19. He was 19 when he started out on his own. I was 20 when I left my parents' house. Like, we've been on our own and have never spent a single night back in anyone else's house, because that wasn't an option for us. So, trying to find... No, we're not trying to find. She's trying to find an apartment or someplace for her to stay, or a roommate situation or something she's not happy about. She does not do well in situations where she's got to live with other people, because she is... We all believe she's on the spectrum. She is high functioning, but she has some serious obstacles because of the way she thinks and acts, and I'm telling you, she's on the spectrum. She just refuses to go get diagnosed, because she keeps saying excuses like, well, I'll just wait till I'm done with school. Well, I'll just wait. Ma'am, if you go now, while you still have insurance, get the help to help you deal with all these life things that you're going through. But she won't. And there's nothing I can do to force her to do it, because she's 21 years old. She is a grown-ass adult. Okay? So we're dealing with that. And because she doesn't have housing, because she needs to find a place close to the school, because she still wants to go to the same university, she has no car or driver's license yet. And she was supposed to get that last year. But again, like, there's only so much I can do. You're an adult. Like, I will help you. I will drive you to go get. But she just, it's issue after issue after issue. She has enough money in her savings account to buy a car outright. Because I did teach her well how to manage her money. I did. I really did a good job with both of my girls in regards to, you put X amount of money in your savings account, you don't touch it, it's for emergencies. If you need something, you need to save up to buy it. Like, I've done all of that. So she's got money in her savings account. She has a full-time job right now. She just needs to get her license, and she wants to put the cart before the horse. So she wants to get her car. She wants to buy the car first and then get her driver's license so she can practice driving in her car. Because now she can't drive my van because it's failed inspection until the brakes get fixed, which the parts are on the way. But that's going to be a couple more days. Like, it's just, there's a lot. It feels like there's a lot right now. She wants to talk everything through, which I'm fine with, but I can give her advice, but she doesn't listen and she's argumentative because that's just her personality. So there's a lot of just talking about, she wants to get her license. She wants to get a car. She's stressed out about the apartment situation. She doesn't want a roommate. She doesn't know how she's going to do this. She doesn't know how she's going to do that. And my only response to her is, that's life. That's just how life is. There's always going to be something unexpected that pops up. There's always going to be stuff that is super stressful and you just got to deal with it while you're dealing with it. Like, that's just the real world. That's just, I can't fix things for you. I know that I have fixed everything in your life for you. I have always come to the rescue. I can't do it in this situation. You're an adult now. And there's like a big struggle there because she still wants Aunt Jenny to fix everything and I can't. I can't go rent her an apartment. I'm not gonna go rent her an apartment. I will co-sign for her, but she's also responsible for her own bills, you know. Yes, I will help her to find and purchase a car, but I can't do all the legwork for her. And Mr. Cinnamon's doing a lot. And him and I do not always agree on how to handle these situations because he would absolutely be happy with them living with us forever, and I'm not happy with that because they're not happy with that. That's not a healthy adult. They need to do things on their own, be independent, and go live their own lives. I got them to 18. I succeeded. They have been raised well enough by me, because I did a lot of the parenting, that they can go out into the world and do things on their own, whether they're scared or stressed out or not. And I know to some people, that would be so harsh to some people. And it sounds harsh, but it's the best way I know to parent. It works. Like, go fly the nest. Go be free of me. You don't want to be living in my house the rest of your life. You don't want that. You're not happy with that. I'm not happy with that. So there's a whole lot of that happening right now. I'm in a weird position in all aspects of my life because I'm still parenting a 10-year-old and I'm parenting adult children, trying to prepare them for their next steps, which Juju, I think, is a little bit further beyond where Hermione is. Just because Juju has been with me entirely for her 20 years of life, whereas my niece has been in and out, and she has my parenting, her mother's non-parenting, My dad's influence was there. Like, there's been a lot of different she's very much been communally parented, passed around a lot. Not anything that I wanted. Like, I would have taken her from the day she was born and raised her properly. I would have done that, but that was not, I didn't have a leg to stand on. And that is just what it is, okay? When kids are in unstable environments, like, they get a lot of just, I don't know. So we're trying to find our way through that. We also, this weekend we went and opened a second storage unit because the first one is filled. And I know that it looks like there's not a lot happening because this room, because I work in here every single day, a lot of the stuff is just staying where it is because it is I don't want to run back and forth to storage to do stuff for the channel. So this room has been, there's boxes that have been packed up at me. You can see that. But for the most part, this is the most filled room of the house. I am packing and getting stuff out of the house as much as I can. I really need to go into the kitchen and pull a lot of stuff out of the kitchen and either donate or pack away stuff that doesn't get used every day. For example, I have 3 crock pots in different sizes because, actually 3? Yeah, I have 3 crock pots and an Instapot. And I have a very large crock pot that I use most frequently because it's a really good crock pot. But sometimes I just want to cook something smaller, so I grab the medium crock pot, and then I have like a real small crock pot that I rarely ever use, but it's Mickey Mouse. So the small one can be packed away, and probably the middle-sized one can be packed away. And I really use those if I'm having like a barbecue or like a birthday party or something like that. I used it more when I actually had family that gave a shit about me, but you know. Now it's just me and my 3 kids and RJ, which is my daughter's boyfriend. So when we're doing a meal like that and there's a lot of dishes that I'm making for like a holiday or something, I will implement the crock pots to keep things warm. So I don't really need them for the summer. I just need one, so pack that kind of stuff away. I also really have a nice collection of crystal platters and stuff like that for the holidays, and it's all thrifted stuff. Like, even one of my crock pots is from the thrift store. I thrift a lot of kitchen stuff because kitchen stuff is expensive, and why not thrift it, right? So because of that, the first storage unit is filled mostly with holiday decoration because I go crazy for Christmas and Halloween. More Halloween than Christmas, but I do have like several Christmas trees. I go all out for Halloween because I love Halloween, and it's killing me because there's such cute summer-ween stuff that's being released in stores right now, and I'm not buying a single thing because A, all of my money is being filtered in different places right now. B, I would have to pack it away anyway, because I really hope that I'm not in this house still for Halloween, because we're trying to move, we're trying to find property, we're trying to get out of this neighborhood because I hate the neighbors. Speaking of which, the neighbors across the street, the real bad ones, have had a U-Haul in their driveway for over a week now, and I'm like, oh, please let them be moving, please let them be moving. No. They moved somebody out of their house, I don't know who, but like, they're still there. I was hoping. That would give me more time to figure things out, you know, if they moved out. That would have been a godsend, but no. I can handle the old lady next door. I don't like her grandson particularly, but I can at least tolerate them. The people across the street are so bad. Just please, just go far, far away from me. So, yeah. I say it a lot on this channel, life be life-in, and that's just what's happening, is life be life-in. So we went and got our storage unit, which is actually 2 feet wider than our current storage unit. And I already have boxes outside of this door that are from my bedroom that I packed up that are ready to go out. And it's off of my dresser. I have a lot of Disney stuff in my bedroom. So I packed away my Disney, my Mickey Mouse ears, because I had those on display on the wall. I packed away, I do have a couple of stuffed animals in my bedroom. I packed those away. I packed away all the stuff for my dresser top. I just left a few things. So I have on my dresser actually I have two droids from Disney World that I built. Well, one of them I built and one of them was pre-built, but they're droids from Star Wars. So I packed those two away. What else did I pack away? I don't know. There's still a lot left to do, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one step at a time, trying to pack away as much stuff as I can, a little bit at a time, so that we can put the house on the market. So, and it's not just a matter of put the house on the market. Like, the walls need to be painted, the floor needs to be replaced, the carpet needs to be replaced, stuff like that. I am honestly trying to talk Mr. Cinnamon into buying to contacting a house buyer, the people that buy your house, and see if we can get some offers that we can live with and just sell it that way. But he is determined to get as much money out of this house as he can so that we can afford more property or afford whatever else we need to do for the property, for the house on the property, for whatever needs to be done. It's all stressful. It's all stressful. It's all a lot, you know? And I've said, it seems like everything is moving like snails. Because we started this conversation 2 years ago. And I said, I want to be out of here in 2 years. And my husband is very prone to waiting till the last second to do what needs to be done. And that's no different with this whole situation. I'm like, 2 years, let's move towards it. So we have 2 years to move towards this whole process of moving. And he waited till the 2 years was up and then started doing stuff. And it's frustrating to me because we have very different personalities when it comes to that. Like, I will work long term towards a goal to get it done. And he will wait till the last second and try to stress himself out and do it all at one time. And my daughter is the same way as him. Like, she waits till the last second. And I'm like, no, that gives me anxiety. Like, I can't wait till the last second to do things. If I want something done in 2 years, I start working towards it now. But I was doing it by myself. And things keep popping up. Like, the bathroom flooded, so now the floor is messed up. And we did, however, this weekend, we had some guys come in, and the backyard, if you've ever seen old pictures of my backyard, I had a beautiful garden we built in the back corner of the backyard. And I grew vegetables, and there was roses back there, and I had a pink bench that Mr. Cinnamon built for me. So when I was back there gardening, I could sit on the bench if I needed a break. He had a planting table out there that he built for me. He built a gate around it because Oreo would steal and eat all of my tomatoes. Oreo is the oldest of our 4 dogs. She's the same age as Lucas. She was born while I was pregnant with little man. And so the past couple years, I haven't physically been able to garden. I broke my leg, and then I hurt my arm pretty bad. And then, like, I got diagnosed with diabetes, and like all these health issues started coming up, and I just knew I couldn't be in the sun because of my medication. I didn't have the energy or the stamina, and my body felt like it's falling apart a whole lot. I could not get out there and garden. And because there was a fence around it, it kind of got overgrown and destroyed. And so we went out there, I think it was last summer, and we pulled out the gate that was around it that we built. But there's still raised planter beds that just wild stuff was growing out. Just wild. And it got way out of control because the lawnmower doesn't run over any of that. I didn't have the energy to go weed it. Mr. Cinnamon doesn't know what he's weeding and what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there. And so it just got ignored for the past year, 2 years. It's just overgrown. Couldn't get the flower beds out. I tried to have Juju and RJ go out there and work on it. They couldn't get the flower beds out, so we hired some guys to come and they flattened it. So they pulled out the beds, they pulled out the table that was in there, whatever was growing in there, they flattened it. They flattened it. They were there 12 hours working on the backyard to make it look nice. And then Mr. Cinnamon went out there and power washed the patio deck and got everything cleared off, and the backyard looks nice again, and it hasn't looked nice for a while. So it's back to looking nice again. They did kill one of my dahlias, which I'm not happy about because it's one of the dahlias that literally has been growing in my garden for 10 years. And so I'm a little bit mad at that, but I'm not going to be living here, so it's fine, and I can buy more dahlias. Dahlias are my favorite flower. And so the backyard is back to looking nice. Mr. Cinnamon actually went yesterday and remowed over everything. Everything is flat and level. There's barely a sign that there was a pool back there, so it's like a nice blank slate. And then we realized that the fence is busted up in the back corner where it was being hidden from plants growing, so we need to repair a section of the fence out there. Yeah. If it's not one thing, it's your other. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. Today, I bought, because if you guys watched, I think it was Monday's video yesterday, I have plastic storage bins like this one, in storage. They're black and yellow, though they're not the Christmas ones, and they are nice and tightly sealed with my yarn in it. And what's in storage is a lot of stuff I bought from Joann's. Like, I have like several buckets that's just Joann's yarn, and the reason I put that in storage is because I don't plan on using it anytime soon. It's like kind of like, I'm gonna save that for something special because it's Joann's, you can't get it anymore. Well, some of it you can get it now because Annie's Attic is selling all kinds of my favorite Joann colorways, like the big twist, the real pretty colored, like the purple with the purple spots on it. It was called Perplexed. The aqua version of that. They sell the rainbow roller skates or whatever it's called colorway. And then Herscher's is carrying it. Mary Maxim is carrying. Michael's is carrying Big Twist. So it's not like nobody has picked up the Jelly Bean or the Party. I'm looking because there's one right here on the floor. Like those ones. But like a lot of the other Joann's yarn is popping up everywhere, which I'm so happy for. But it's a lot of my Joann's yarn is in storage in what I thought was safe plastic bins that are locked closed and nice and sealed up, so like critters can't get in there, because there's nothing worse than having critters in your yarn. That's grody. Not gonna happen. I don't want critters. And because I'm in storage, I don't know who's gonna move in next door or behind me in the storage unit, and they may have critters. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the risk of storage. And then I was watching the Crochet Crowd. I was watching Mikey, and he was talking about his plastic bins got mold in it, that you can't store them in sealed plastic bins because, like, all these things he was telling me, and I was like, I'm panicking. I have a box of really nice wool in storage because I'm not using it right now. I have the Joann's yarn I can't replace in storage, and I'm like panicking, and I'm panicking. And I mentioned it in Monday's video, and so many of you, I think I mentioned it in Saturday's video too, the members video. So many of you were like, get the desiccant packets, put it in there. And if you don't know what desiccant is, if you've ever bought food or shoes, they're in shoes a lot too. They have those little packets with the beads that said do not eat desiccant. Okay? Those absorb moisture. It's to stop things from molding. So they put it in things like beef jerky. They have food grade desiccant. They put it in your shoes, like a lot of times they come in your shoes, like if you order shoes, okay, or you buy shoes, whatever. There'll be desiccant in there to stop them from getting gross, okay? okay? Man, this phone, I'm telling you, I'm just going to turn the ringer off because my husband is here and all my children are here, so I don't really... Come on. Turn that off. Because that is distracting. That makes my brain go, what? Anyway, on several of you were like, put desiccant in there, put desiccant in there. And so I went on Amazon and I looked, and they had the little tiny packs. They're like 5 grams. But then they had the 20 gram packs. So they're like this big. So I bought a pack of the 20 grams of the desiccant packets. And I bought, I think, a pack of either 20 or 50. But I only have like 7 bins of yarn in storage. So I'm going to go over there today and I'm going to open up all the yarn. I already went over this weekend and checked on it, and there's no sign of any moisture in any of the bins. So that's a good thing. But just to be on the safe side, and I don't plan on it being there long term. So hopefully, my prayer is that we're out of this house by September is what I want. So, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't foresee that happening at all. I don't even know if it's going to be this year at this point. I'm going to be real honest with you because a lot of things need to happen. A lot of things need to happen. Anyway, so I bought the desiccant. We're going to go over there today. I'm going to put those in. I'm going to put like 2 in each bin. And just to make sure that any extra moisture or whatever is being absorbed from those containers so that there's not mold in there. And yeah, so we're going to do that today. I'm going to put some stuff in storage today, which is why I have a Christmas shirt on, because I'm going to be working today. I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be moving stuff. I'm going to be cleaning stuff. Yeah. Wish me luck. I've been doing a lot of... Me and Mr. Cinnamon are doing 2 different sets of tasks. I'm cleaning, packing, organizing, donating. I'm doing all the hard, heavy lifting. Actually, I'm not lifting anything. I'm packing the boxes. Little man has been moving packages or boxes for me because I can't lift them because I keep throwing my back out over stupid stuff. What did I lift up the other day? I brought in the groceries and I grabbed 1 big box bag of groceries, which was too heavy, and I was in pain all night in my back carrying groceries. And it's because I have spinal degeneration in my lower discs. And the chiropractor keeps trying to pop everything back into place. But if I just twist the wrong way, pick up something too heavy, it immediately like reshifts out of place. And then I get sciatica caused for it's... I'm only going to be 46 this year, and I feel like I'm in a really old, decrepit body that just doesn't want to function, and it's so frustrating because I have so much energy and wanting and willpower, and my body's like, no, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. And I am one of those people that hate asking for help. I hate it. If you offer to help me, I will give you something that you can help me with. I hate asking for help. Specifically when I know that I'm, well, I don't know. I have this false sense of I can do that because that's just who I've always been. I don't need nobody's help. I can do everything by myself. I am strong. No, I'm not. Not anymore. So little man actually helped me carry boxes down the stairs, which is why they're stacked by the front door right now, because he carried them out for me. Because I couldn't have carried them by myself. And one of them is literally just stuffed animals and Disney ear pieces. So my face is starting to burn again. I might have to get some more lidocaine on my face. My arm don't burn no more, but the redness has gone down a lot. And my face doesn't look too bad, but like it's burning. Probably because it's sensitive skin on your face. I'm not crocheting today. I left my crochet actually up next to my bed because I got so many other things to do today. And I'm working on a new Join As You Go granny square blanket, but I'm using a sport weight yarn. from Ice and is beautiful. Matter of fact, if you can see this yarn right here is from Ice. These 4 things here, it's that. It's Puzzle Baby. Probably in these same colorways. And it says, I think it says it's DK weight, but it's a sport weight. And I'm using a 4mm, I'm using a 3.5mm crochet hook on it. The reason I know that is because my crochet hook upstairs is this color. And so I know it's the 3.5mm crochet hook. I'm using a 3.5mm crochet hook to make a blanket. I've clearly lost my mind. And what's funny is the granny squares are 5 rounds, just like I did with this yarn. Okay. So this is a 5-round square. The one I'm using with the 3.5mm crochet hook is also a 5-round square, but it's this big. So it's literally like this big. So I had to make it 8 squares across, whereas this one's 5 squares across. So the one upstairs is 8 squares across, and it's probably this wide from here to here. 8 squares. Why I thought that it was a good idea to make a baby blanket out of that thin of yarn, or actually I want it to be a lapcan for myself because it's gorgeous, like neon colors. It is going to take me forever, but what I'm trying to do, and this is a very, very new concept for Cinnamon Stitches, what I'm trying to do, and I don't know if I'm going to succeed, is actually have a long-term project, because I'm really bad at letting things sit. I will muscle through, even if I hate it sometimes, and work on it and work on it and work on it until it's done so I can start the next project, because my dad instilled very deeply into my psyche that you don't start something until you finish the last job. Finish what you started. Like, that is drilled into my head. And so I struggle with that. And I think the past year or so, I've really tried to alternate quick, easy, fast projects, like the amigurumi, and a bigger project, so that I'm not stressing it out and burning out so frequently. And I think that's really where the love of amigurumi is coming from, because I can finish a project in an hour. I can make a whole donut in like half an hour. And then I can go back to a bigger project that I'm working on long term. And I'm using Hannah as inspiration. She's the Cozy Cottage Crochet, if you don't know. She's here on YouTube. I adore her. She has a blanket that's join as you go method, but it's corner to corner. And she's using like the fancy bougie yarns. She makes a lot of socks and like these beautiful hats. And she lives in Florida, so she uses thin yarn, which makes sense. So she'll have like a little 20 grams left over or whatever from her socks or her hat or her cardigans. And she has it, so she's calling it a memory blanket. And she has I think the tutorial on her channel, but it's also in her Ravelry as a pattern. And it's just little corner to corner squares about this big with the scrap balls left over from her bougie yarn projects. And it is the most beautiful blanket, because it's all like hand-dyed, hand-painted, beautiful high-end wools that she's taking the leftovers and turning them into something beautiful. And it's a memory blanket because, these were a pair of socks. This was a sock head hat. This was a cardigan. And she's been working on it, I want to say, before her son was born. And he's like a little walking, talking thing now. So, like, he's a little walking, talking, troublemaking machine. Because little boys at, like, toddler age are so trouble. You know they are. So, she's been working on it really a long time. Like, it's a long-term project. And I'm trying to use her as my inspiration and she is a big promoter of not beating yourself up, although she does. We all do, don't we? of giving yourself credit for what you're doing, for admitting when things are hard. Like that's who she is, you know. She tries to give us what she doesn't have for herself, which I'm the same way. Like we try to make other people feel like you're doing a good job, because we don't get enough of that. Like we haven't felt like people are giving us, this is me, this is what I interpret her, but this is more me than anything. Try to make other people feel comfort and love, because we have somewhere in our lives lacked that feeling, and we don't want other people to feel like the way we felt. So you do for others what wasn't done for you, you know. Try to say, hey, it's okay that you feel that way, because nobody ever told us it was okay to feel that way, but that's what we really want, you know. So anyway, all of that to say, I'm trying to use her as inspiration. It's okay that this project might sit around and take a really long time to finish, and that these 4 balls are going to just eventually get put into the project. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going to use all 4 of them in there. And then it's okay if I just work on it today, and tomorrow I find something new to work on and I come back to that later on. I'm trying to use her as inspiration, because her blanket is so beautiful, and my blanket is beautiful too, even though it's just cheap ice yarn. It's just acrylic. It's beautiful neon colors. It makes me happy to look at it. It makes me happy to work on it. But also I don't want it to not make me happy, because I need to hurry up and make this big giant blanket out of this real small yarn, you know. So today I'm taking a break from crochet. I made a lot last week, so it's not a big deal that I'm taking a break this week. I also need to get some packages mailed out to the post office. I need to send an invoice to someone today. There's a lot of things I need to do that is just work. Storage, cleaning, invoices, packing packages to finally go to the post office. This should have went out last week. I need to, and this is absolutely not going to get done probably this week, I need to photograph and list things on Etsy, because people are emailing me and like, I don't see anything in your Etsy. I didn't list anything in my Etsy. I'm talking about it, but I just, listing things in Etsy is ridiculously tedious. First of all, you have to take a picture so that it looks nice. Well, that takes work, because you have to have lighting and make sure it's not weird shadows. Make sure you can actually see what the product is, okay? Then you have to, listing it, you have to upload the picture, but then they ask 8 million questions for the listing. When did you make it? Who made it? How long ago was it made? How long did it take to make? What color is it? Are there other options? What are the pricing? What is the shipping? Where's the shipping to? Where's the shipping from? But like, there's 8 million questions you want to answer just to list one thing on Etsy. I have like 50 things I want to list on Etsy. And my daughter, who likes to help me because she runs her own Etsy shop, she's Rainbow Bee Beads, she has a job and a boyfriend and a life, and she's going to a concert this week, and like, she's got her own life. So while I want her to help me, and she has offered to help me, between the two of us, we just don't have, I'm trying to find time. I don't have it. And that's why I kind of like kicked back on the videos this month, because last month I was doing 7 videos. Actually, some days I was doing 8 videos a week. I had one week where I did 9 videos in a week, and that's 9 videos aired in 1 week. And I know you guys really like that, and I really like that. That's Juju. She's playing with Poncho. I'm stressed out right now. I'm stressed the F out, okay? I got so much on my plate right now, and I ain't even hungry, so also I didn't do a health, I haven't been doing a whole lot of health updates. I am on a high level of my medicine for the weight loss and the diabetes, and there's no, like, the other doses of the Zepbound, I've been able to schedule. Like, I know on Monday and Tuesday I'm gonna feel real bad. So I'm going to have light days with that. Like I'm going to do light cooking. I'm going to do light filming. I'm not going to record a tutorial on Mondays and Tuesdays because like stomach issues, exhaustion. This, I'm on 10 milligrams and it only goes up one more step from that. And I don't want to go up another step right now because I just feel like it's a lot. But like the symptoms are not predictable with this dose and I don't know why. So I took my shot this morning and I feel fine. I feel energetic. Last Monday, I was in bed all day. I felt awful. I don't know why it's so all over the place. And then last week, like I was really, really hungry on like Friday. And I haven't been hungry for months. And so this weekend I ate more food than I ever should have eaten. I ate chocolate this weekend. I ate potatoes this weekend. And that's bad for my diabetes. So I think that is also determining how I feel is what I'm eating, how I'm eating. Like there's just, it's all over the place right now. And so from day to day, I don't know how I'm going to feel. And that is frustrating to me because I plan out my week ahead of time. And so that's another reason why the videos are just coming as I can make them. I made so many videos last month that my revenue increased by 1/3 on this channel. 1/3. That's huge, okay? I would love to continue that because the revenue coming in is helping with the stuff around the house get done. It absolutely is helping to move to the next step for moving. I don't have the energy to do that long term. I don't. I cannot make 7 videos a week. Every week. Or 9. I wish I could. I'm so burned out right now. I'm not burned out in a bad way. I'm burned out that I'm tired and I'm kind of over it. And I know you guys really enjoyed that. I really am so glad we all enjoyed the month of June and we were able to do that. I might try again in August to do that for like Vlogmas, not Vlogmas, Vlogist, which is you vlog every day in the month of August. I might, but I can't guarantee that either because also August is my wedding anniversary is on the same day as my birthday. My son's birthday is the day before my birthday. So August 8th and August 9th, that's family time. But also I want to go somewhere for my birthday. I really, really want to go to the beach. And when I'm out of town, I don't want to work. I don't want to read comments. I don't want to upload. I don't want to record. I just want to be with my family. And so I know that that's probably not going to happen in August either. So, yeah, that's a life update. That's a Happy Meal update. That's me spilling the tea with cinnamon stitches. So, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go get to work. I'm going to go run over to the storage unit real quick. Figure out what I'm going to put in either the Instapot or the crock pot for dinner. I made kielbasa last night in the Instapot, no, crock pot. And me and Juju were the only one that actually liked it. I put a pack of frozen green beans, some potatoes, and some kielbasa in the crock pot. And I seasoned it with butter garlic seasoning, salt and pepper. I put something else in there. I don't remember what seasoning I used. It was one of my spice blends. I loved it. I put ketchup on it. It was good. Juju came home from work. She is downstairs. I was upstairs in bed crocheting because I just had enough of the day. And she's all, this dinner is so yum yums. I was like, oh, I'm so glad you liked it because your dad complained because he doesn't like kielbasa. Lucas complained because he doesn't like hot dogs because he swore it was hot dogs and green beans. And while he loves green beans and he'll eat a hot dog on a bun, he was not eating that kielbasa. So he argued with me. He ate a little bit. And my niece picked at it because she knows better than to complain to me. Because you are fully capable of cooking your own dinner. Yeah. So, at least Juju appreciated my cooking. Tonight I have no idea what I'm going to make. trying to remember if I bought ribs, because if I bought ribs, I could throw those in the crock pot. Because I threw the smoker out. We have a smoker in the backyard. It wasn't working real great. I threw it out. Anyway, my battery is dead, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for spending this time with me. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.